Well, perfect timing. Got done just in time for it to start raining. Man, the flies are back in force again this morning. It's ridiculous. It cooled off for a little while and there wasn't any flies, and then all of a sudden they're back. Hey, what's up guys? Sean here. So I look a little bit like a drowned rat this morning. That's because on the hike in, everything was so wet with dew, it was like walking in the rain. So that's why I kind of look like a drowned rat. But today, we've got some new gear to check out. Let's get it. Well, as you know, I am typically a hammock guy, but today we've got the Onetigris Bungalow 2.0 to try out, and we've got some tent poles from Onetigris to try out along with it. So let's go ahead and get that set up and see how it looks. Well, I'm really liking this Onetigris Backwoods Bungalow 2.0. The thing is freaking huge, and it's not hard to set up. So I was going to make a whole little series on how to set the thing up, but there's a ton of videos out there that show you how to set these things up. It's not hard to do. It's pretty self-explanatory, actually. But I've got a couple of other things that I want to show you that we're going to be using. So for a sleeping pad, I got the Trekology, I guess that's Aluft UL80 ultralight sleeping mat. So we got one of these. I got the Hikenture, or Hikenture, however you say that one, ultralight pillow. Now this thing was only about 17 bucks on Amazon, and I inflated it the other day. Pretty awesome. So we're going to test that out. Now we're going the whole distance. I got this little deal, which I always said I wasn't going to do because I thought it was kind of silly. And then I decided to buy one, and I was like, it's pretty awesome. So I got this little air pump. This is the Gigapump 2.0. You just turn it on, pump it up. Let's try it out. So this little Gigapump comes with a bunch of these little adapters, so you can use it to do anything from filling up air mattresses to this pillow here to like beach balls, things like that. It's actually a pretty neat little thing. So you just have this small end on here, that's the end that blows air out. This end actually will vacuum the pads down and stuff, which is pretty nice. And then you just take this little piece and put it on there. Voila. You pump up your, in this case, I'm pumping up my pillow. Just that simple. And this pillow is really nice. So it's actually, you can adjust the firmness of it by just letting a little air pressure out of it. It's got this little bungee cord on the back of it, so you can strap it around your pad so it doesn't go slipping off in the middle of the night and getting away from you. And this outside covering comes off of it so you can wash it. Pretty nice little pillow for 17 bucks. So I was going to get something else, and I completely forgot until I started setting up. I wanted to get me one of those little thin sleeping bag liners, but I forgot to get one to go with this kit. So tonight I'm going to have to do without it. But for a blanket, we're going to use our Get Out Gear down blanket again and just see how it works. I want to try it in a bunch of different scenarios. Should get down to the mid 50s, high 50s tonight, and see how it works on this setup. Doesn't look too bad. Well, perfect timing. Got done just in time for it to start raining. Guess we're gonna put this thing to the test after all. Well, it has stopped raining again, and just sitting here listening to my book, and decided to eat my little bit of lunch today. Lunch is very simple. It's got some Sweet Baby Ray's sweet and spicy beef jerky for lunch today. So, very simple, not a whole lot. For dinner tonight, I've got some leftover chicken and yellow rice we made for dinner the other night. So, going real simple for food this weekend. This weekend is all about just testing out a few new pieces of gear and kicking back, relaxing, and having a good time. That's what it's all about. And this is crazy. I have never seen the flies so bad out here as it is right now. It's ridiculous. The breeze will blow every now and then they'll go away. And then as soon as the breeze stops blowing, they're right back on you. The afternoon sun has started kicking, and after that rain, that humidity just pumped up there, so pretty freaking warm right now, but the breeze is starting to blow, and so it's making it a little bit nice. Hopefully the temperature will start to drop a little bit, but all in all, it's been a nice relaxing afternoon. Here in a little while, I'm gonna have to think about trying to heat up that chicken and yellow rice for dinner, but right now I'm okay. I had my beef jerky for lunch. I've just been kind of chilling out, listening to my book a little bit, and hanging out. It's been a good afternoon. So I really can't wait to test out this tent and everything tonight. I hope I'm gonna be okay, but I think I will. I really like the setup, so fingers crossed. Well, here we go again. We're definitely going to test out the waterproofness of this tent. Alright guys, so it's finally started to slack up raining. I'm about ready to get my dinner done. So, full disclosure, I'm not out here camping by myself. There's a Florida Bushcraft group camp going on out here. And we're all out here hanging out, having a good time. I just wanted to shoot this video by myself over here, just so I could kind of focus on the new gear and everything we're using. So, okay, so I'm going to be using this little inexpensive Coughlin's, however you say that, folding grill. And I haven't tried it before. I think it's going to work really good for what we want to do today. So I didn't actually bring anything to cook or to reheat the rice in. I just figured that I would reheat it in my little titanium plate here. But we don't want to put this directly over the fire or over that flame because it's going to get too hot too fast. But if we use it on here, we should be able to regulate the heat. We can get it hot, move it off to the side, back and forth, however we need to do to be able to actually heat our dinner up. So we're going to try it anyway, see if that works. See, that's just hot enough right there that I can put that plate on there and warm up my food without it getting too hot. Now I think if we just kind of keep stir frying it around, I should be able to warm it up without burning it up. I know, I'm cooking my food literally in my shelter in bear country. Don't do as I do. Man, I just realized something. I stopped on the way here and got me a bottle of hot sauce to put on my chicken and yellow rice, and I completely forgot it. Left it at the Jeep. And it was the Frank's Red Hot. Put that shit on everything. Perfect. That worked perfect. Well, had a really good day today. Had a good dinner tonight. Just kind of hung out for a little while and lost weight. Just kind of sitting here listening to my book and hanging out a little bit. But I think it's time to turn in. See you guys in the morning. Hey, good morning. So, I actually slept pretty good last night. It took me a little while to get to sleep, but once I got to sleep, I slept pretty good. My assessment of this setup, that little Onetigris Bungalow 2.0 is freaking awesome. It's plenty of room for me, just one person. You could squeeze two smaller people in there, but for me, for one person, it was plenty. Now it's a single wall tent, so you're going to have some moisture on the inside of it, but that's to be expected with a single wall tent anyway. The mesh is really thick on it, and one thing I noticed, I got up about 4:30 this morning to go to the bathroom. I opened the mesh, and it's like I opened it and it let the cool air in, so it was actually holding heat inside that thing. So that's one thing to think about if you're going to use this thing in the summertime. It does hold heat inside it. Really doesn't have a ton of airflow through it, so I think it's going to work out pretty good for me for winter camping, which is what I wanted, because I do like hammock camping in the wintertime, and I will continue to do that, but this setup is a lot more compact and lighter than my hammock setup with my quilt, my under quilt, my hammock, my tarp. So that's a little bit more bulky than this, and a little heavier. So this is a little bit, you know, more lightweight, kind of smaller setup for winter. And that's kind of what I wanted to try out, see if it would even work for me. And it did great last night. Now I used that Trekology, I think it's called Aluft UL80 sleeping mat. I let a little of the air out of it last night just to make it a little softer. Worked perfect. I think it inflates to about 4 inches. I was able to lay on my side and sleep fine. I could lay on my stomach and sleep fine. It's a little bit noisy when you're rolling around and things like that, but nothing terrible, but it is a little bit noisy. But the thing was really comfortable after I let a little air out of it. Now I used that Hikenture, I think that's how you say it anyway, inflatable pillow. Same thing, I let a little air out of it so it would be a little bit fluffier. Perfect, that thing was awesome. So all in all, I slept pretty good last night. It didn't get quite as cold as I thought it was going to. I think it only got down to maybe 60 or somewhere around there. So that little packable blanket that I've got held up good. There was no problem. I didn't have anything else but that little packable blanket, and it worked out really good last night. I'm actually pretty happy with that thing, so we're going to keep testing that and see how it goes. But I think right now what we got to do is I've got to go get some water to make my coffee, and I'll have to filter some water out, so I got to go do that and make some coffee because I'm ready for it. And the flies are back in force again this morning. It's ridiculous. It cooled off for a little while and there wasn't any flies, and then all of a sudden they're back.
We need the medicine bag too. They've never been used. I've had them in there forever. I don't know which one works, which one doesn't work.
Alright, well, it's been a good trip, but these flies are driving me crazy. So I went ahead and had my coffee. I had my oatmeal. And I'm going to go ahead and get this thing packed up and get on the trail. Alright guys, so we're all packed up, everything's cleaned up, leave no trace. The only thing left here is the dry spot where my tent was set up. So I had a really good time. I really enjoyed this Onetigris Bungalow 2.0 and the Trekology air mat and that Hikenture air pillow. So I really enjoyed all those things, and I think we'll be using those a little more in the future. If you like this video, give us that big thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and leave me a comment below. Share this video with your friends if you think they'll enjoy it. And appreciate you watching. I'll see you next time.